Okay, so maybe I'm avoiding the work that I'm supposed to be doing. I need to finish the box designs that we're launching tomorrow. But I'm sitting here helping people because I just can't help myself, especially with a design like this. So Madison has gone to our Facebook group and she's asked for some help cleaning up these images. And I don't know if you know much about 4-H, but it's just a wonderful program. It helps kids all across America. And I just absolutely love the mission of the company. And so, yes, I got to help work on this image if I get a chance, right? So this is what we've got. We've got a front and we've got a back design. So we've got the front design. It says Stroh, Sunny, Spotlighters. Okay. And then the back design is this. So we're going to just download these images. And I'm just downloading them to my downloads folder. And it would be better actually to, send these through Google Drive, which we'll cover in this video. But this is going to be fine. It's going to be a little difficult because the quality is so bad. But we are going to use our handy dandy friend ChatGPT. So let's just get started. First, let's make the image a little easier for Chat to understand. We're going to focus in on the parts that matter. So right here, I'm just going to open this with Photoshop. And we're going to wait for that to load. Here it comes. And we're just going to zoom in and I'm just going to crop it. You know, as you zoom in, you can really see the quality and what we're working with here. I mean, this is really bad. It's like a photograph of the actual artwork. So I'm just going to crop in here. Okay. And yeah, it's really rough. It's hard to even understand what it says. Stroh, Sunny, Spotlighters. Okay. And so let's just work on this one first. So I'm just going to export this as a PNG. Once an image enters your possession, it should always stay a PNG. You never want to have that change. You know, you want to stay PNG or a PSD, like a Photoshop document, because it's just important, you know, to maintain that quality. Every time you turn it to a JPEG, if you just save it over and over again as a JPEG, like save it, open it, save it, open it, it loses quality every single time. And when you put it on Facebook, it automatically converts it to a JPEG through a really lossy image compression algorithm. So Stroh, Sunny, Spotlighters, and I'm going to call this Pocket. I'm going to call it OG to remind myself that's the original that I got. And I'm just also going to put 4H on the front of this. So like 4H, I think that's going to help us understand and remind ourselves what it is. Okay, so let's save that. And then we're going to go to ChatGPT. And we are going to upload this image. And in the image name, I think I got it correct. Like, I don't want to screw up Chat. It's Stroh, Sunny, Spotlighters. I'm just making sure. I mean, the text is so important. So the text in this screenshot, I'm going to call it a screenshot of a design on a shirt. Let me just type this out. Okay, so there's our prompt. The text of the screenshot of a design on a shirt. I'm just letting Chat know what's happening here. It says Stroh, Sunny, Spotlighters in a playful font. I need this design recreated and redrawn. Isolate pure white text and artwork against a solid black background. Ensure the design is rendered orthographically. That just means that it's not stretched or distorted. There's no perspective. And the original intent is preserved perfectly. Print ready, production quality. That's a great prompt to try to get it to recreate this in a usable format. So while it's thinking, we don't have to wait. We can just go do the other one. And I'm just going to pull in here. I don't want to get too close to it. I'm going to clear this ratio that I had set. And I'm just going to pull this like this. Okay. And crop it. And then we're going to export it as a PNG. And we're going to call it 4H. And this is the back. Boom. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to ChatGPT again. But we're going to copy this prompt, paste it, and I'm just going to reuse it. I'm going to say this images, text, and other elements in a screenshot of a design on a shirt. All right. I need this design. I said pure white text and solid render orthographically. All right, perfect. That should work again. We want to hit create image. We want to add photos and files. We want to upload the file. By crop it in, we're just kind of helping Chad understand what to do. So it looks like it's done a fine job. I still don't really love the font or anything, but I'm not here to criticize the artwork. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to download it. And I'm going to pull this open in upscale. So we just have to upscale it at least one time. So I'm just going to upscale it, 2x, because it's a really simple design and it should just work out great. Upscaled to 2x when we trace this with Inkscape. So now we're going to take Inkscape. Let's just do a new file. And we're going to grab it. So I'm just looking for that on my desktop where it's upscaled it. And I'll pull that open and hit OK. And now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go to my trace function. So this is path, trace bitmap. Inkscape is completely free software. You download it from inkscape.org and it's just totally free. It's been free for like 20 years. And I'm just hitting trace bitmap, okay? And I'm going to hit invert image because I wanted to just get the design. That's why we had to do white against black. And you could do black against white, of course, but I did white against black because it was coming off dark. Just make it easier for chat. Now I'm at layers and objects. I'm just going to go to object, layers and objects, and then hit delete. And then there's my path. And I'm just going to change it to white. And it looks good. I don't see a problem. I'm going to do Control-Shift-R. And that's going to fit it around the document. Okay, now we're going to export it. So it's actually nice to save this. Like, what if they wanted to make it a different, what if they wanted to make it a different font or something like that? So a different color, not a different font, sorry, a different color. I'm going to save this as an SVG. So I'm just going to call it Pocket. All right, we already got our naming convention down. Oh, I can't save there. I need to save in the downloads. All right, great. Now let's go to export. And we're just going to export this as a PNG. So it is a pocket design. I don't need to make it 4,500 pixels, but it's our standard. What if she decides she wants to put this on the back? For whatever reason, I'm going to make it 4,500 pixels, and I'm just going to go ahead and export that. Of course, we don't change the height. And you can see I can't really adjust the DPI. It just gets set as I do that export. So I'm just going to open this up with Photoshop real quick, pop it open. We're going to do image size. And we're just going to turn off resample. And just to be professional, this doesn't change the quality. The quality is set by the dimensions. But this is the professional thing to do, is to change it to 300 DPI and then just hit Control S and save. And now we're going to see how chat did with the back. So this is the one we're going to have to do a lot of checking. Okay, so let's just download this. I love how it did it. It did a great job. Looks like it so far. So we're just going to want to pull up and we're going to check the artwork. So I'm just going to go back and forth and make sure that it did everything right. I think it nailed it. I don't see a problem. Yep. And I'm using Pro. So if you don't get these good results, it's because I'm using Pro. To do, I'm using Pro version of ChatGPT. Now this one's a little more detailed, and I'm just going to go a little bigger on my upscale. We're tracing it, and we're actually rendering a vector object out. When we do that trace, so we don't need it to be a certain size. We're just thinking about the level of detail as we choose what our size is. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull it in, get to see it all over again. We're going to go to Trace Bitmap, Invert Image, hit Apply, go here, delete the image, go to Fill and Stroke. That's Object, Fill and Stroke. Select the object and set it to white. Okay? And then I'm going to zoom out so y'all can see what happens here. Control, Shift, R. that fits it perfectly. It's perfectly trimmed around the document. Now we're going to save it as. Hopefully we still have that on our clipboard. Let's see if we do. We do. I'm going to call this back and save it as the SVG. And then I'm going to go to export and I'm going to set this to 4,500 pixels. By the way, this is going to feel really soft on the shirt. This is a great design. And it's already set to back. I'm going to hit export on that. And then I'm going to go here. We're going to open it up. I'm going to my downloads folder. I keep my downloads folder, where it's always sorted by the oldest or the newest on top, sorry. And I'm going to do right click and I'm going to open with Adobe Photoshop. And we're just going to do image size, resample, set it to 300. No, Mike, no resample, set it to 300. Okay. And then just Control S to save. We don't have to threshold it because it came from a vector output. We should be fine on that. I believe we're fine on that. All right, and I'm just going to rename these. I'm going to put 4500px, Mike RTP, and same here. I'm going to put 4500px, Mike RTP. So I make these tutorials for our customers, number one, but I'm also making them for our team members that work on my team. Hopefully, they watch these and they see, my diligence to like the naming conventions. I try really hard. I'm not perfect by any means. Now let's look at how to share this on Google Drive. Okay, so whenever I talk about sharing, I always point out that we've got to have it set where it's shared with anyone with the link in the viewer, okay? And then I'm just going to grab all the different pieces. This one, this one, this one, this one. Those are the pieces I created for this and upload them. And there they go. But I want to send them the PNG. If you don't see this little details panel over here, just open it up and you can see it. So there's the back. I'm going to hit share, copy link. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to try to tag her. All right, so we want to tag her so it's easy for her to find. Here is the link to the back design. Paste. Here is the link to the pockets. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to do it one at a time, okay? Because I just realized that I was kind of missing a step, and this is also me thinking about my team members, right? So let's go here. I'm just going to make this smaller. I'm going to do 5 inches. I'm going to give her a preview, okay? I'm doing 5 inches. Then I'm going to do image canvas size. I'm going to do I didn't have resample on. Guys, image size. Haste makes waste, right? Let's just make it 5 inches. And then I'm going to do image canvas size, and I've got relative checked. So I'm going to do 100 and 100 and hit OK. And then I'm going to put a solid color of white behind it, which is just going to look completely white. Export that as a PNG. I'm going to call this white. It's perfectly white. And I'm showing that, especially if I drug it down and looked at it. It doesn't matter, okay? And then I'm going to do black. And then I'm going to do File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, and I'm going to call this black. All right. Whoa. All right. And then I'm just going to do image canvas size, and I'm going to anchor on the left here, and I'm going to expand the canvas by 1600 px. I didn't really need to save that black one. I just realized that. And I'm going to grab this white one, and I'm going to put it right there. And go boom, and it is perfectly white, and that's kind of weird, and that might confuse them. But the point is that it is perfectly white, and there are no artifacts of any kind. So now I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to paste it right here, and then I'm just going to hit share, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the pocket. Hey, I hope this helps somebody out there, and I hope that it helps my team, and most of all, I hope it helps Madison. And if you haven't given us a Facebook review, please go to our Facebook page and give us a solid review. We're trying really hard to help everybody we can succeed in the DTF printing game. Take care.